everybody, Lonely Trans Girl out for a final ride on Charlie. It's his goodbye ride. Actually picking up my new bike tomorrow. At least starting the process anyway. I have to work in the afternoon, so depending on how much running around and time the paperwork's and all that stuff, blah blah blah. See how it goes, but it's a nice day, which is rare. I actually just took the thermal liners out of my gear. So welcome June, I guess I could say to that. So thinking of a fitting final ride for Charlie is I'm gonna take him straight up McCullough Road here, or just on a loop around and then back down through Highway 33. It's just a really nice road, and I don't know if his new owner is ever gonna take him on Forestry Service roads. So I'm gonna give him one final treat before he goes. And as excited as I am for Masami to get here and to have him, I'm gonna miss Charlie a lot. This bike is fantastic. And if anyone out there is like thinking about starting riding but it's a little intimidating or not too sure, oh, you couldn't beat this bike to learn on. It's light, it's easy to take care of, it starts every time. There's no things that can go wrong with it. It's perfect. And I'm not the best at taking care of my mechanical things. And he's never let me down. But it's such a fun bike to ride. I'm really hoping Masami's got a lot to live up to, but this is probably going to be one of the first loops I take Masami on as well, because it'd be really cool just to compare how they feel on these different roads. Because you know, Masami's no like super heavy duty trail hardcore adventure bike like an Africa Twin or anything like that, but you know, he's made for precisely what I'm doing today, and that's exactly what I love to do. So it's gonna be a really great relationship, I think. And on top of that, I have holidays in 2 weeks, so he came in at just the right time. Probably give me enough time to do my break-in run, get him serviced, and then head out. I have a week-long ride, pretty much, and it's gonna be awesome. I still have parts to get. I don't have any engine protection or skid plates. I'm gonna take it pretty easy. I do have heated grips being put on right now, and hand guards that are an upgrade just from the plastic ones. So they do offer some protection for my levers and my mirrors and all that good stuff. And a power outlet is the other thing I got. And I've gone back to my tank bag for today, because that's where I usually keep all like you know, my air pump and like my ratchet strap, like all the heavier things I kind of put in there. When I was carrying them in my backpack, because I had a bigger backpack, I'm like, cool, I can just carry stuff in that, because tank bag's kind of a pain in the butt. But there's too much on my shoulders and stuff. It's making my neck sore. So I've gone back to my little tiny ultra lightweight backpack with it's just got my water bladder in and my hat and my purse. It's snacks. That's about all I carry in there. And that's much better. So when I was looking at Masami, I was thinking about luggage systems, and I knew they weren't cheap. And I know I have a 60-liter dry bag that I can strap down to pretty much anything with my green chili adventure straps. Boy, I wish I got paid for saying that. But yeah, they're awesome straps, and it's a really great waterproof bag. It holds a lot of stuff. But Yeah, I just want something a little more built in. Something that's a little more like customizable, I guess. Versatile. So what I found was this, it's the same one Itchy Boots uses from Moscow Moto. And it's like a, can't remember what they call them now, but you don't need like a rackless, I guess. It's like a rackless system. So yeah, it just straps down to the back of the bike into the foot pegs, passenger foot pegs, and it's like a, it's almost like a holster that holds dry bags in it. So yeah, it's kind of a neat system, and then you don't have to use it all either, right? Like you can just use the side bags, you can just use the top bag. The system I'm looking at is the 40-liter system, but you can upgrade to get both like a 8-liter center bag and a 22-liter center bag. So I'm gonna get both of those, because for the money it's actually works out really well, because I wanted a tiny tail bag too for going on like little day rides. So I can use the 8-liter as a tail bag, and it's also a backpack, and it's also waterproof. And to get it on top of the other bag upgrade is like another $30 or $70. So for 70 bucks I get a waterproof tail bag. And then it's even more versatile, right? If I'm just going overnight, I probably don't need as much stuff. I can take the 8-liter bag in the center, and if I'm going longer I could use the 22. So I think that's what I'm gonna get. It's not cheap. But it seems like it will last a very, very long time. So I think that's what I'm going to do with my Summit, but I'm going to have to save up for a bit first. Trying something new. I have one of my earbuds in my weaker ear, and it's not very loud, but I have some music playing. And I don't know. Not sure if I'm a fan or not. Kind of nice to be on the bike and get away from all that, right? But I wanted to try it. I mean, when I shut up I can hear it, so that if I zone out for a while, you know why. And if I start singing, I'm sorry. In more than ways than one, because the copyright people will come and get me. Probably didn't need to gear down that much. It's a tricky corner. See, I'm not that like aggressive or anything, right? So Masami's going to be really good for me, I think, to be able to do this a little bit quicker, because Charlie's suspension's quite stiff and doesn't necessarily like this too much. That's what I mean. That's why he's so awesome though, because he still does it. He doesn't bitch a whole lot. He tries to buck me off a little bit, but this is with bald street tires, right? Like it's gonna be nice to have some fresh rubber, I'll tell you that much. Expensive way to get tires. Tires aren't cheap anyway. Like riding in this mushy stuff. Feels good. Yeah, I'm loony. Oh, I love riding up in the woods like this. It's just so peaceful. And it's like fools your mind a bit, because you know for a fact you're far from the only person around. There's a goddamn road here, for crying out loud, right? But it just feels like, yeah, there's no traffic, there's no pedestrians, like it's just nice. the smells of the forest and the greenery. It's like, I don't know, riding like 40 or 50 kilometers an hour on the gravel is just as thrilling as 100 kilometers an hour on the pavement, I find, right? So, yeah, I really like it. Yeah. Well, I sat down a little early, didn't I? Ooh, I think this is probably some of the most chewed up stuff I've ever been through. No problem. This bike is awesome. Isn't that beautiful? You know, look across the valley and they're just like literally cutting the top off that freaking mountain to build houses. Progress. I mean, you can't stop it. People like to reproduce. What can I say? For anyone that doesn't, I'm sterile. But I've already done my reproducing. Oh, this is cool. That's what I'm talking about, why I don't like my tank bag. Look, when I'm standing up, it's like it's punching me right in the area of the junk, right? It's not cool. It ain't cool. Speaking of junk, if you want me to overshare with you, I had my very first initial consultation with a nurse practitioner about my confirmation surgery. And yeah, it looks like I'm a prime candidate. Everything seems to be okay. I will see her again in about a month, and we'll fill out the paperwork and send it in. And yeah, the brochure she gave me was a little frightening, not gonna lie. For someone who's post major surgery of their lives has had their wisdom teeth pulled out, it's a pretty big deal. But the province of British Columbia is really great to trans people. They'll pay for everything except for my transportation costs. But even my recovery time at the hospital is covered. The surgery's covered. Even hair removal in the genital area is covered, which is a necessity for the surgery if you know how it works. If not, that might be a little much to share. Look it up. It's interesting as hell though. And this care was pioneered in Germany in the like late 1800s, early 1900s, which is, it just blows my mind. Like, yeah, before World War I, Germany was one of the world leaders in trans care and research. Pretty interesting. Well, they went from that to throwing queer people in ovens. Doesn't take much to turn ignorance into hate, people. We should not do that. And ever again, but we still do, don't we? People don't learn. I always told my kids, we all bleed red. We're all the same. Oh, this is great. I know, I really like being warm. So, I might have mentioned that a couple times in the past. But something about coming up into the mountains and that, like, the air gets a little cooler and fresher, and I fucking love it. I don't know how else to say it without being crude. It's the most amazing sensory bliss. The music might be helpful when I'm doing my longer trips. Some of the stretches are 6 to 8 hours long, right? A bit of music might be nice, because I can still actually hear a lot more than I thought. I thought it would drown out more of the surrounding noise, but I can still hear the bike really well. I could see it really damaging your hearing if you turn it up too loud, because it is a little hard to hear. But I don't really need a Cardo system to talk to myself, so ooh, it looks so ominous up there. The dark lands. Land of the bear. Actually been quite a few bear sightings this year. It's so damn cold up in the mountains. They wake up from hibernation and they're like, what the heck, bro? Snow? Nuh-uh. So they've been coming down lower into the valley. Which I don't blame them. Like, now, if I woke up from hibernation and there was still snow, I'd be pissed. I love this section. It makes me smile. And this is my favorite tree coming up here. It's like all this pine and you have one birch tree. It's just gorgeous. I love it. I've actually dubbed that the queer tree. And my reasoning was, like, when you drive up you're like, well, that looks different and out of place. How weird. Why is that here? And then on reflection you're like, well, that's really beautiful and adds something entirely unique and special to the scenery and to the landscape. Just like us queer folk do. So that's my queer tree. Isn't that cool? Yeah, Highway 33 runs around the other side of that canyon. Well, in an effort to save batteries and to make my videos not mind-numbingly long, I'm just gonna shut my camera off for a bit. You get the idea. It's gorgeous, right? I love it. It's a lot of fun. I'll see you when I get to Highway 33, I guess, maybe. Unless I see something cool. Hey! It's just a beautiful section because it's like wide and flowing and like well graded. One of my favorite parts of the road, so I had to turn the camera back on. But you can actually you can ride it just like a paved road. I mean, you have to be more careful when the corners are coming up, obviously, but it's really smooth. No hunting, but I guess you could dump your garbage. That's cool. And cut down the trees. Rules are weird. There's still a little bit of snow up in the hills. Oh, and that just looks so pretty. Oh my god. What a cool little strip of road. Oh, more garbage. That's great. Maybe it's fisherman stuff. Yeah, there's a lake just up here. I actually came up here and right at this pullout here I did some scream therapy a couple years ago. I was a little frustrated. And I came down the hill and there's a bunch of fishermen there. There's more garbage? What's going on here, man? It looks like it's stuff though. It's like hiking? I think people are hiking. Camping? Chilling? Maybe it's some kind of like adventure race? Oh, planting trees! That's what they're doing, is planting trees. Nice. It's supposed to be quite the job, planting trees. If you get used to the hard work part, I think it would be kind of rewarding and be nice to be out in the woods too. But yeah, not an easy job. This is so much fun that you know the government's going to make it illegal one day. It's still quite cold up here. Maybe I took out my thermals one ride too soon. I love this. I can't come by here without pulling over here and just looking at it. Like, isn't that gorgeous? This photo here is actually the background in my channel banner. It's just stunning. It's just stunning. I love it. But yeah, after I was up the hill screaming my lungs out, I came down here and there's cars parked and people fishing, and I'm just like, okay, there's no way they didn't hear that. Oh well, hey, you know, made me feel better, that's for sure. It's like loons over there. It's hard to enjoy the quiet because my earbud is going in my ear. So I like the music though, it's nice. In a way, it's different. Not sure how safe it is to be listening to music and talking and filming and riding all at the same time. Probably give something up. Beautiful. All right, I'll get back to you in a bit. We stopped in a traffic jam. Looks like they're repainting the highway, or repainting. If only it was so simple. Looks like they're repaving the highway, which is good. It was kind of a little bit janky down this section. So. But yeah, give me a little more time to bond with my boy. I miss you, Charlie. I miss you, buddy. Good bike. Well, I bet you we're gonna get going soon. Alright, talk to you later. Well, highways, vlogging, and motorcycles don't really combine to make like a really sweet sounding combination upon playback. So I turned it off on the highway section, but it was really neat because they were repaving the highway. They've done a lot of it, and that's really cool. But it was cool the way they like shoveled down all the like stuff, and then they run over it with that hot like pressy steamroller, and it like pancakes it out into a road. It was it was neat to see. I kind of wish I had the camera on when I was riding by that. But then I missed the road I was going to go down on because as I said, I had a little neighborhood I wanted to show, which is really cool, but I missed it because the new highway pavement was really fun, and I kind of missed my turn off. That's okay, that's okay. Do it another time. But yeah, I love riding on fresh tar. I wish they'd repaved it, because this is one of my favorite corners. Coming under these tree branches, and I just love it. It's not like super thrilling, but it is. I just like it. But then you get tractors right up in the way. I knew he was there. I like going under that tree branch fast, and I haven't been able to since last summer. Alright, I just wanted to share that one last trip down that road. It's one of my favorites. Feels very European to me, and I love it. But if anyone joined me on this last little rip for Charlie, thank you. He appreciates it. If he had hands, he'd be blowing you a kiss right now. Guaranteed. And the next time we see you, we'll be riding the Sami, our new boy. And I have a great many adventures swirling through my head. That's gonna be my life for the foreseeable future. Is every holiday I get, I'm gonna go somewhere. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna see something. Even just seeing this a million times a year like almost brings tears to my eyes, right? So there's so much I want to see. I'm gonna see as much of it as I can, and I'm finally getting the bike I can do it on tomorrow. And if y'all want to join me on those adventures, I would be more than happy to bring you along, because probably going to be filming it and talking to myself anyway, so come and join me and let's see what we can see. Not everyone has the capability, the time, the money to travel the whole world, but we all can get out and explore our little part of it, right? And that is what I plan to do. So, bye Charlie, love you buddy, and bye to you, love y'all too. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, bye.